Hi everyone. So my name is Audrey and my practice is concerned with botanical material. I am interested in using flowers and natural materials, and I'm interested in how other people use these as part of their practice. I'm also interested in the history of flowers and the material culture surrounding it. And I suppose investigating the possibility of using a material that a lot of people wouldn't say is an artist's material, but I think it is. So to contextualise it, I suppose the work that I'm doing now, my background is in the flower industry, and I've worked as an employee, had a shop, worked in sales, logistics, shipping, everything really, and they're just images that I took along the way showing what an industry that it is. I also have always grown flowers, and that's sort of a place where a material that I've always gravitated towards, and since I started growing my own, it didn't really seem connected to the flower jobs that I was doing. So about 10 years ago I was in a position to go back to university as a mature student, and I did a lot of history and archival work, and usually around flowers, and I was thinking about what I'd do next, and I came up with a proposal to look at the history of flower culture in Ireland, specifically around the vegetable market in Dublin, in Smithfield, and I knew the building was about to be renovated and thought that I could curate a site-specific exhibition or festival or something around. There's a lot of social history and stuff around there. I thought it'd be very interesting, but I hadn't a clue how to go about it. So I got a place on the course that I did with a view to doing that. But while I was on the course, the tutors started kind of putting it towards me to look at my own work and what I was doing. So there was an exhibition in the lab gallery, and the curator of that asked me would I consider doing a botanical response to it. So that was a very interesting process, because I was looking at Marielle's research, which was all historically based around the liberties in Dublin, and it was really interesting to do some work based on her research. So that led on to doing a botanical installation in the ILAC Library as part of the last great Album of the Decade exhibition. And after I did that, I applied for some funding to Kildare County Council to do something on Bloomsday. So that was in a local church at the edge of the Curragh, just around the corner from where I live, or where my parents live, and that was for Bloomsday. So after that I applied for a residency in Riverbank, which I got, and that was really just to work out how to use flowers in a gallery type setting, or what you can do to display them, just to see what the possibilities were. I went on from there. Well, I've always given workshops, but never really in this kind of way. So I gave a children's workshop in Ballytor Library, and leading on from that, the kids were talking during this workshop about monobrows of all things, and I asked them did they know the artist Frida Kahlo, and they didn't. So we started talking about different artists, and that gave me an idea. I was telling them about Puppy, the Jeff Koons sculpture, which is made out of plants and is in Bilbao, and it gave me an idea for Crinne and Og that we would do a sculpture made completely out of flowers. But that didn't happen because of COVID, so I had to come up with some other way of doing it, and the way I did it was got a horse cut out of plywood. I did a horse because it's Kildare, I just kind of thought it's a more local animal, and got a horse cut out of plywood, delivered all the pieces around the country, the county, to the kids, and they all did their creative bit on it and sent them back to me, and then I put the horse together. It worked really well. And actually that was what led me on to doing this course, because I didn't really know how to go about documenting it. I would have loved to have done a stop motion video with the whole process of the horse being put together, and I didn't know how to. So when I saw this course that we all did being advertised, I thought that's really good. It would give me a lot of help, which it has. So during the summer I've been working on some work on the archives in Castledown House, looking at the planting and collaborating with another artist who does film and sound installations. And we've been looking at kind of the interconnectedness with our natural environment and how that kind of goes across times but stays the same. And I don't want to say too much about it because that's something that's just almost finished at the moment. We've done a podcast and stuff, so it hasn't been released yet. So that's just kind of an overview of the work that I've been doing, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for listening.